Welcome back again, rum lovers. It's me, Jamie here of Ready Set Rum, and today we have Paul of Drums and Rums. Alright, so Paul, he kind of introduced me now to the old New Orleans rum. So, could you tell us a bit about this rum?
Yeah, so I came across the old New Orleans rums while traveling through the area last year, and they were looking for something that you only can get in New Orleans or Louisiana, and something that we wouldn't get back home here in Florida. So again, there's lots of great craft rum out there. So old New Orleans, they started off in 1995. Their founder started up the company and came through, and they have a lot of passion for what they do.
Right.
So I'm looking really forward to trying the. I tried a little bit already, so I'll save it. I won't kind of give you any hints there, but really looking forward to it. Haven't even see these two. I haven't even tried them yet. So I was saving it for a special occasion, and I think this is the special occasion.
Definitely.
So
all right. So let's just all these bottles usually have some information on the back. So let's just read through a little bit. New Orleans Crystal Rum. This is one we're going to start with. As the oldest operating distillery in America, we are a shining star, and no one knows rum like we do, using only local source, Delta cane, and an artisan attitude. This spirit is a jubilation of New Orleans. Floral notes, grassy finish, distinguishes it. Pure, unadulterated, fresh, award-winning rum. Okay, so
it's award-winning.
It's award-winning. So, it's where we're starting at. It's unadulterated, so there's no sugar, obviously no flavoring. So let's start off with this one. All right. So we got a little bit more. All right. So they said grassy notes, and my little experience on New Orleans, well, not New Orleans, but Louisiana rum, it is pretty grassy. Like one other company I tried, it was pretty much close to rum agricole, so I expect similar pungent notes on this one. It does not disappoint. It does not disappoint. Nose is similar to Clarin, kind of Clarin overproof type of smell on this. How does it taste?
Definitely, you definitely taste it. Seems a bit smooth at first, and then you definitely get a nice warm.
Yeah.
At the after.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty mellowed down. Like it is filtered, so you can see how clear it is. If a rum isn't filtered, even if it's unaged, it still has a yellow tinge to it. So there is some filtering to get the color down, and I guess also in the filtering you lose some of that pungency. So imagine this is lost pungency.
Yeah.
So all this still, it's a lot more pungent. So that's why he's saying that you get that mellowness and that cleanness, and then you get the pungency at the end. And they don't say it here. It does say that the sauce, they only use the Delta cane. They don't say if it's a molasses or a cane or a fresh cane juice. And I'm pretty sure it's a fresh cane juice. The taste of this very much more, as I said, like a Clarin. Very pungent in the taste. Pretty flavorful. This is definitely something that would not get lost in a cocktail. You put this in a cocktail, you know it's not that, blank rum.
It's definitely not your typical clear or light rum that you're going to. You're right. If you make a cocktail, you're definitely still tasting it. It's not going to be watered down or whatever.
Yeah, you definitely have this rum stand out. A great rum. Honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm not that surprised because I have tasted other Louisiana rums before. I just love that they really feature the cane in the rum, and it's not lost, and it's just filtered down, and it's almost like vodka. It's definitely not vodka. Right. This is to me, I really think it is a fresh cane spirit, and we're gonna look that up a bit more and add some notes below to really clarify some information about that. So,
and it's great that it's products that are rum that's sourced from local where it's made. I know there's a lot of places, again, sugar and cane and molasses is only can be made, it's grown in certain parts of the world,
Definitely.
right? But rum is made all over the world,
Right.
and added there are different nuances. So it is really, again, we're fortunate here in Florida
Yep.
to actually be one of the sugar capitals of the U.S.
Right.
And as well as close to the Caribbean as well too. So yep, so that was all right.
Definitely. And another thing too is that, so remember they said it was Delta cane, and the thing about it is that cane, fresh juice cane, you have to be close to the distillery, right? Because the cane, as you pick it over time, it starts fermenting, it starts doing things that you don't want it to do. So that's why a production like this would be great to have the cane right there. You move it straight to the factory, or else you lose it, and you basically should really make molasses out of it to get your cane and not fresh cane. So this definitely great start. Good job,
Right.
Old New Orleans. I honestly I'm happy that we did this today. This
All
is
right.
good.
Excellent.
All right. So we
All
go
right.
to the other one. This is the aged amber. Right. So aged amber using local source again. They sell an exceptionally smooth, award-winning bourbon barrel aged blend. Amber is deceivingly elegant for sipping and superb, award-winning life, well-lived life. Okay, so on to number 2. Alright. Let's see what the nose is saying on this one. I'm getting some sweetness. I'm getting a little bit of that pungency shining through, but I'm getting more of that.
You get a sweeter smell than the crystal.
Yeah, it's a odd sweetness. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm getting a sweetness there. The legs are pretty thin, so it's not that well aged. It's not like a 10-year or 8-year or anything like that. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Way lighter.
It was smoother, I think, than.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was smoother. It was lighter in flavor, less pungent. There's a smooth caramel sweetness to there, and pretty decent rum. I'm not sure what the age is, so it's definitely it's not that old. The legs are running down the side, so it's not that old, and it doesn't have a very heavy barrel finish. Like, it doesn't taste very dry or very woody. So my assumptions here is that maybe some sugar added. Definitely not that old, not that long in the barrel, or very large barrels, because sometimes the size of a barrel also explains it. So regular size bourbon barrel, not that old in there, but very smooth and slightly sweet rum. So again, on that second sip, I'm tasting a bit more the pungency as the first one.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously similar process, similar material, the different maybe aging.
Yeah, it's just
barrels, yeah,
this,
like you
put in a barrel, you get this, then you blend, you add a little sugar, that type of thing, or caramel. So not a lot of information out here.
And I'm not quite sure, it is your folks that are used to probably a rum and coke, right? And their whatever their flavor, if it's spiced or if it's the clear or light type of rums that you get, the bigger name companies. But I think this would kind of have a different. They may not appreciate. I think if you made a rum and coke with this, and
If you make a rum and coke with this, you would you would get that pungency in the background.
right, and most people not used to it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
A rum and coke person would not be used, because honestly, coke, to me, rum and coke really hides a lot of the rum flavor. It's not my typical mix. Like, I usually try to do a ginger ale or a Sprite, just because it's lighter flavors. I can taste the rum, So this in a rum and coke, you're gonna be surprised, because it is not the typical rum and coke. You would get that pungency, you would get that grassy note. And my first sip, I didn't even taste much of the grassy note. I really just taste more of the sweetness,
Right. Yep.
more of the age part of it. But on the second sip, the pungency from the first one came back. So definitely, they took this, put it in a barrel, and that's honestly probably the difference. And it isn't there for long, but it does do a good job at mellowing out the pungency a bit. But still, great age rum. All right, I
Right.
could see myself sipping that. There's a lingering finish on that. That last sip, it does have a pretty long finish too. So again, Old New Orleans, you're batting 2 for 2.
So, neat or with a nice ice ball or cube?
I'm very much a neat guy. This would do great in a cocktail. Daiquiri, it would stand out a lot. Simple drinks. You could do like a dark and stormy or anything else, but just know that it is a huge twist on what a typical dark and stormy is, because you're not using typical ingredients. You're not using dark and stormy from Bermuda. They typically use like Goslings. This has a really different taste to it. Any one of these at least these two we use so far, this rum shows up. This rum really shows up, and that's great, because you don't want to create a new rum product. This product is, the company is what now, almost 30 years old. In 25, 26 years old. So it is a product that it would not be forgotten on the shelves, I think, just because it stands out. If you like it, you like it, and even if you don't, if you just it's a different rum, you definitely would want to have it.
I think you have to be very open-minded.
Yes. So and that's the thing. The rum and coke guys, if you're a rum and coke guy, a lot of rum and coke guys, they like rum and coke, But if you're a guy that tries all sorts of different type of cocktails, then you're gonna want to try this, because this would really lend any cocktail that you've had before. The cocktail will be different using this rum.
For sure.
It'll be different. So let's go on to the spice rum. And I actually looked at some other reviews on this, on the distillery, and this one showed up. People were making cocktails with this. They tried it dark and stormy, and they did a couple other things. I think they had a Louisiana iced tea that they tried with this. So one thing I recall is that they said that they had, I think, cayenne pepper in the spice blend for making this spice rum.
All right. So, since the 1700s, the river plantations of the Louisiana have made rich blackstrap molasses from the world's finest sugarcane. We celebrate this legacy by producing Old New Orleans in America's oldest premium rum distillery. We use the finest materials, a unique distillation process, and special filtration techniques to create the world's most distinctive rums in small handcrafted batches. We invite you to enjoy and share this unique libation on the rocks or in your favorite rum cocktail. So there you go.
All right, sounds good. On the nose, it's very unique. All right, these two, this is not like these two. On the nose, it is way more. You get a bit. It's a very unique spice rum. It is not the typical spices. I'm getting a very odd. It's a deep, sweet. It does smell like molasses. It's one of those things that people always say things smell like molasses. Like, this really does smell like molasses. It's good on the nose.
Sweet heat.
Here's my taste.
Hashtag sweet heat.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Nutmeg, cinnamon. There's a little bitterness on the end. The taste and the nose, to me, doesn't match. Like, when I smelled it, I was smelling just a simple molassesy sweetness and just saltiness about it. And then on the taste, it's just like, pow! Cinnamon, nutmeg. There's some sort of molassesy bitterness on the back end, but I get like those two spices first of all. Yeah. All right. So tasting this, I'm thinking of a eggnog. This would go to spike a eggnog. This would be great because the spices in this, they really match up well what you put in an eggnog. So, but that would be Thanksgiving time. All right, you pick up a couple of these, and make a big batch of eggnog. That's your secret ingredient
Cajun
right
style.
there. Yeah, Cajun style eggnog, right, with the New Orleans spice rum. So you said you got this in Louisiana,
Yep.
and they were all, I think, range from like $20 to $30.
Yep. Yep.
So, it's honestly a good price point to try these rums. $30 I think was the age one, and it's like 20, 25, something like that. I always do a must try, must buy, must have.
Okay.
Right? Must try. You must try it just because it's unique, or you just it is unique. You taste something different. And then a must buy is you must buy a bottle and experience it throughout the whole thing. And then there's a must have where once it runs out, you have to have another bottle, right? And for me, you must try all of these without a doubt. The crystal rum really reminds me of a Clarin, which is from Haiti or something else. And I'm gonna drop a video on the Clarin Vival, so you can look that one up. It's gonna be the link. So definitely, it reminds me of that, and it's really special. To me, it's funny. I'm always an aged rum guy, but out of all the three, I feel like the crystal was the standout for me. For me, the must-have is the crystal, because it is not. I don't know. It's like rums like these make me want to sip in it as much as it is. You typically would think of a crystal as, you pour it to do a mixed drink or something. But because these rums have so much flavor, I would prefer to sip it neat, because then I get to enjoy what I enjoy in tasting. So neat, on the rocks, maybe with a splash of Sprite, tonic water, that type of thing. Must have is the crystal.
Right.
So what about you? What is do you have a must try or a must buy or a must have?
So definitely must try. It's definitely something that you're purchase through, whether you're in Louisiana or in that area. Go to their website. Celebration Distillation is the company that makes the Old Orleans Rum.
Right.
They do also have another. I think it's another age, 10-year age. And I think
it's like a 17 something.
Yeah,
I saw that they had like a jubilee or something that they were celebrating.
So I definitely say is a must-have. I like this.
Mm-hmm.
This has got, like you said, it's something that maybe it's that Christmas time
Yes.
feel. Yeah, you got a little bit of heat. So,
Mhm.
and again, I know
it has cayenne pepper too.
Yeah, so I think during the summertime, you kind of maybe a little bit too much.
Yeah.
It's because here in Florida, it's already
It's already summertime.
If you live up north, like in Maine, maybe you can drink this all year round.
Right.
But yeah, definitely a must. I'm gonna say a must-have. I would definitely say that too.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All right. So for me, it's the crystal. For him, it's the Paul. It's the amber.
Yeah.
The aged amber. Honestly, the aged amber was decent, but it's a must try. For me, they all must tries. But the crystal, for me, I'm always so happy when I have a white rum that has so much flavor. Then it's like an aged rum for it. To me, it's like a aged rum for a white rum price, right? So you get a complexity. It's not an aged dryness. It's not so the bourbon aging and all of that. It is just a great rum for a great price. So
that was the on the bottle there. That's the retail price. On
Yes.
It. So in a store that I picked it up, but you definitely, if you're in, as things open back up, definitely go down and check them out down in New Orleans.
Gotcha.
Again, home of the hurricane, home of many rum drinks, right?
Right.
So check them out. Go down and you can purchase all the product right from there as well.
Imagine that in a hurricane. So exactly, a hurricane is where usually the rum loses to all the flavors.
Yeah.
A hurricane's not gonna lose to
It's gonna
this.
punch. This will punch
Yeah,
through.
exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. All right, guys, this is another episode of Ready Set Rum, and Ready Set Rum is taking you around the world, 3 rums at a time. Cheers.
Cheers.